Good evening and welcome to tonight's broadcast of the Total Nonstop Racing League here at Kansas Speedway for the Toto 150. Joining in the booth, as always, is Joe. I'm Bob. And for tonight's race, Joe, this is going to be a fun one. These guys can race all over the track, just like we saw a few weeks ago at California, but a 1.5 mile version of it. You can go all the way up against the wall, all the way down at the apron, somewhere in between, and down the front stretch. You got to watch out for that transition. You jump down from the banking onto the flat. It's gonna upset the car, and if there's a guy on the outside and they want to get down onto the apron, watch out. Make sure you're not cutting someone off, because you will get spun, and it's very easy to do so.
Absolutely. We've been watching these guys during practice, and they were having some rough times with the transitions, but as we've seen race over race in practice, they kind of like to push it during practice to see what they can get away with, and then race time changes drastically.
That is for sure. Let's take a look here on board with the 28 of Jamar Dumas starting his second lap through 1 and 2, down all the way at the bottom. We're probably going to see a bit of a As the race goes on, anyway, we're going to see a bit of a change. We may see some guys run low 1 and 2, high 3 and 4, or vice versa, as we see Jamar get a great run out of the corner. He's going to have himself a better lap, and that's actually the best so far, 30.38, until Philip Scott bests him with a 30.30, and now Anthony DeBarro, he's going to go on top with a 30.23. There's the 55 of John Cannizzaro Sr. out there right now. So far, 5th fastest as Shane Ewing bests him. There's Ewing down low, getting around the 91 of Andrews. Ewing goes P4, Matt Schlosser into 5th. He's going to park it. Jason Shue coming out to do his lap as well. No broadcast last week, but that does not mean there was no race. Anthony DeBarro won at Martinsville last week in a very tough race, and that's a Martinsville kind of race. Or that's a race at Martinsville where it's going to be tough. There's going to be guys getting into it a little too hard into the corner, a little too much gas out of the corner. A very different setup here at Kansas. As Anthony DeBarro pulls back the lead with a 30.24. Here is Ace House trying to pick up some time.
This must be a house favorite. Be placing P2 so far in qualifying.
Yeah, and look at that. Oh, he had a big run, but it looked like the 91 of Andrews and him just kind of came together a little bit on exit. So he's going to re-rack and do it all over again. Here's the 27 of Anthony DeBarro. As I'm just now noticing our qualifying scoring bug there on the bottom of the screen is a little bit overridden by the scoring pylon. So while we're doing that, I might as well try to scooch that one over just a hair. So if you bear with me ever so slightly, we'll try to get that one fixed for you on the fly.
Yeah, we always like to do live.
Because, you know, why not, right?
Yeah, well.
See if I can get that one moved over. Apparently it doesn't feel like doing that. So, you know what? We will just let that be for the time being. As cars right now just slowing down. I think Ace House, yes, did not make it to restart that one. So only 14 drivers put in a qualifying lap out of 19 drivers who have signed up for this. So just like that, looks like our pole sitter will be the driver of the number 27 car, Anthony DeBarro, picking up where he left off after last week's race at Martinsville.
You're really trying to solidify his points for the season.
Yeah, really trying to keep that one up ahead. As we'll get a look here at the starting lineup. On pole is the number 27 of Anthony DeBarro, like we mentioned, with a lap time of 30.233. Ace House just behind him in second. Row number 2, we have the 04 of Matt Schlosser and Philip Scott on his outside, with Jamar Dumas and Shane Ewing in row number 3. Row number 4, we see John Cannizzaro Sr., a great run for him, with Ray Payne on his outside. Row 5 is Tim Branson with Steve Bevacqua on the outside, and row 6 will be Jeremy Knute and DJ McAteer. Row number 7, we see Samuel Andrews alongside Jason Shu, Jacob Bettis, Robert Tripp in row number 8. Row number 9 is Adam Stewart and John Cannizzaro Jr. with Johnny Williams, rounding out our 19-car field for tonight. So just waiting on a couple more cars to jump into the session, and then we will be on our way. Some very cool looking camera angles here tonight. Tonight's camera is brought to you by our friends at Track Cams for Gourmets. You can check them out online, trackcams22.com. So the field underway behind the pace car. Pace car will be pulling out onto pit road, and we will be ready to go. Looks like Cannizzaro Jr. and Johnny Williams are not going to be starting with the grid on the field. So this could be interesting here if they make it out onto the track. But the pace car is off, the field in the hands of DeBarro. Green flag is in the air, and we're racing here at Kansas. 100 laps here this evening. This is going to be a fun one as the field dives off into turn number 1. DeBarro has a big lead. They're 3 wide behind him with Ace House in the middle, Philip Scott up on the top side, and Matt Schlosser down low. Schlosser and House side by side. Philip Scott decides to tuck up underneath the back bumper of the 47. We'll jump on board here with Scott. He gets a huge run as trouble.
Oh,
yellow flag is in the air.
That's a lot. That's a lot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I count 6 cars.
Let's take a look here to see what happened. As that was certainly interesting. I wonder, let's take one more look here.
Yeah, I don't know if it was the skirt.
Looked like the 36 of Bevacqua. We'll roll that one back. So it looked like the 36 of Bevacqua just got loose on his own. 24 had to slam on the brakes. And then unfortunately for him, the 91 was caught up. The 6 was in there, and everyone just kind of piled in.
Yeah.
Interested to see one more time what happened to the 3 of Jason Shu, because he was pretty far back when all that happened. Take a look there towards the front. And right there, oh, man.
Oof. The irony of a Swiffer.
Yeah, definitely got swept up into that one because, that's one of those things. Let's rewind this just a bit because I understand where Shu's coming from, where he, didn't really slow down all that much, but they hit up there, and if you pause it here, you're expecting the cars to stay down on the apron after the wreck because physics and all that, you're not going to go uphill. It's easier to go downhill. So with him flying in like that, he's thinking, especially here, okay, they're good. And then somehow they all get tangled up, and I mean, there's nowhere for them to go.
Yeah.
Oh, and the dreaded pop.
I was going to say, I know that pop. I've heard that pop a lot in my racing career.
That is certainly not the best Certainly not the best sound you're going to be hearing during a race.
Not at all.
So after all of that, no one really came down onto pit road. Robert Tripp and Jacob Bettis have, just to get some damage involved.
Yeah. I think Bettis is out. There goes Andrews.
Yeah, both of them.
Shoe blew up his engine, so I'm pretty sure he's out unless they, I don't know, duct tape it back in.
So certainly a very tough break, as that took some very good drivers mid-pack on back out of contention for tonight. So we're going to re-rack and do this one all over again. And it just all started cold tires. And, you know, we were talking about it a couple weeks ago, Joe, at California, where, you know, you see those two really thick black seams on the track. There's not as much grip as you would have on the asphalt. So cold tires coming across that seam like that, it's so easy to lose control and lose the back end. And that's what happened to the 36. 24 had to get hard on the brakes.
Yeah.
And, you know, unfortunately for him, he just could not get stopped in time.
Yeah, it's not what you want to see lap 2 or 3 on a race. It's tough for these guys, but yeah, it does happen.
Yeah. That's for sure. As we see here, a great camera shot. There's DeBarro running away, but right now there's a great battle for third between House and the 32 is Shane Ewing, who's trying to get a little bit of pressure on the guy in front of him. That's Matt Schlosser involved. As a little bit further back, Canizaro Sr. snags the wall just a bit. On board here with the 32 is Shane Ewing. Take a look at the weather for tonight. 72 degrees for air temperature. Just a light breeze. And as we say that, the wind picks up to about 7, little gusts of 7 miles an hour wind. Not going to do too much for these drivers. As a little bit further back, we've got a good battle. This one for 9th. Ray Payne on the outside in the Chick-fil-A machine. Trying to take a look around the 36. Perfect paint scheme. Coming up on Easter. And, trouble.
Ooh, what a hit.
Hard lick there. It just looked like two guys going to the same bit of real estate.
That's chick-on-chick violence.
Yeah. And yeah, let's take a look at this one more time. We'll zoom in a bit and see, because it looked like 36 came up, the 62. I wonder if the 36 just kind of thought he was clear. And the 62 came down. There was a bit of net code, but
yeah,
just one of those deals where the 36 had the position, 62 kind of turned down, and, you know, unfortunate for both of those drivers. Oh, and the dreaded pop again.
That's the second issue of the 36 this evening, so I guess that car couldn't handle too much more.
Yeah, right there. Hard lick, and around they both go. Whoa! Oh, Adam Stewart. Let's
clenching on that one.
Let's go on board here with Adam. There's a wreck right there.
That's one of those. I'm clear. Uh-oh.
And oh no. Oh, that was close. So it looks like some drivers heading down pit road, Schlosser and Dumas. And then they'll bring the rest of the field on.
I was going to say, I wonder with the cautions, what kind of like adjustments from the pits these guys are going to do. I guess that answers that.
Yeah, because really the only thing these drivers can do coming down pit road is just to fill up and get a little bit more fuel. This is considered, the way iRacing looks at this is considered a fixed setup race, which means you can't make any adjustments to the setup whatsoever. Schlosser takes tires. I'm assuming that was a mistake, because we're only 10 laps into this race.
Yeah, of which racing 4.
Yeah, so I definitely a bit of a mistake there from the 04 side. But, this was one of those races where, tires are going to be really important as this run goes on. So the 04 kind of put himself behind the 8-ball a little bit.
Yeah. I mean, that being said, they do have 4 sets for this race. So maybe he figures, I'm not going to burn through all 4.
Yeah,
might as well just send it early.
That's a fair point, too. I mean, he's now got a 10-lap bridge over the field with those tires. So could be interesting. But as I was saying earlier, that with this being a fixed setup race, the drivers, when they come down pit road, they can't make any adjustments. They can't make any wedge adjustments or anything like that. They can only change the brake bias in the car. But that's the only thing they can do for any adjustments. So you kind of adjust the balance by taking more fuel. You always want to try to have as much fuel in the car as you can to make the end of the race. But having a full tank is going to make the car a little bit more stable. Because if you think about it, all the weight is in the front of the car with the engine and all that, and the back doesn't really have a whole lot.
Yeah, I mean, especially these cars. What else is in the back of these? There's no seats, just no people. Maybe weights, but that's about it.
Yeah, I mean, unless you're Tim Flock and you have your pet monkey in the car.
Excuse me?
Yeah, Jocko Flacco. Tim Flock is famous for having raced with a monkey in his car.
Like raced, or just like, we did one.
He raced with a monkey that he named Jocko Flacco for 8 races in 1953. Started as a publicity stunt, and they gave him his own driving uniform and a specially designed seat.
The more you know. I think if you do that today, you get crucified by at least PETA.
Yeah. Well, it all came to an end during the Raleigh 300. Jocko got loose from his seat and stuck his head through the trap door that they used to check tire wear, and he freaked the F out. And he was quoted by saying, listen, it was hard enough to drive those heavy old stock cars back then under normal circumstances, but then with a crazed monkey clawing at you at the same time, it became nearly impossible.
I think that was nearly impossible.
He had to come down to the pits and let him out of the car and finish third.
That's impressive.
Cost him second place and a $600 difference in his paycheck. Jocko was retired immediately.
Yeah, $600 in 1953 is a lot.
Yeah. So that is the story of Jocko Flacco, the monkey, in NASCAR.
The more you know.
Great battle for position here between Ace House and Philip Scott. And just behind him, the 87 of Jeremy Canute goes around.
Yeah, he tapped the wall, and he spent about a quarter of a track trying to recover.
Yeah, let's take a look to see what happened there. Yeah, already sliding at this point. Let's get one more look. Let's try to back it up a tiny bit more. So here's the close-up cameras. He got up the track, nails the wall, had it, lost it, got in the grass, and just the back end got loose and around they went.
Yeah.
And then right there, real smart move. Because if you see that green cone right there, that green cone, if you cross it onto pit road, you get a penalty. And granted, in TNR, you're going to get that penalty cleared. Because it's technically a pitting under, improper pitting procedure. But that'll get cleared off every single time.
Yeah. Though it is true, if you enter the front of the pits backwards, spinning around in circles, that is improper pit entry.
Not to say it hasn't been done.
Can't really fault the guy who throws the flags for that.
No, certainly not. As now DeBarro and company all make their way down pit road.
Yeah, see, now I'm interested to see if everybody else takes tires.
Yeah, it looks like Adam Stewart and Philip Scott both stay out. Ray Payne still on pit road getting his car repaired.
Wow.
Let's see. Looks like the 27's taking tires, 47, the 28. I see the 32 pop up there. Only right sides for the 04. So I wonder if Schlosser only took lefts that last time.
Oh, it was a mistake, and now he's just evening it out.
Yeah, maybe that was one of those, he caught it in enough time
halfway through.
To... Honestly, he very well could have caught it with enough time to cancel one side so the crew only did the other.
Yeah, it's one of those where it's like, ooh, crap. I got half.
Oh. I mean, or you could be like me, and I actually have a command set up on my Stream Deck, so when I go out, it's like, okay, hit that, and it clears the tires for me.
No, you Mr. Fancy.
Because there are macros in iRacing.
I don't think I'm usually in the race long enough to have to worry about doing one or the other. It's like I need tires and gas, and because I am gonna burn them up every time.
Yeah, that time through, Matt Schlosser, only a 5.7 second pit stop there. Whereas DeBarro, 14.8. Robert Tripp, 6 seconds. Shane Ewing, 15 seconds. Senior at 15 seconds, so.
Wonder what happened with House. He was up in the front for a lot of the race, and now he's kind of fallen to the mid-back of the pack.
Yeah, I wonder if he just kind of pushed a little bit too much, realized, and just decided, all right, it's getting a little crazy. I'm just going to go to the back, save my tires, ride around, and wait to hop back in. So, wrapping up our third caution here at Kansas. Coming up on lap 19 as the pace car pulls off. Back rolling here, 3 wide, a little bit further back. There's Robert Tripp to the inside. DeBarro is going to have to come back and pass just a couple of cars this time to try to get back to the front. Philip Scott going to do a good job of just controlling. Shane Ewing just behind him. There's Adam Stewart, went from dodging a few wrecks earlier in the race. Now he's up there running P5. And just behind him, Joe, you were mentioning, there's Ace House.
He moved up pretty quick.
Jamar Dumas just behind him with John Canizaro Sr., Robert Tripp. There's Jeremy Canute and Tim Branson rounding out our 11-car lead lap field. Ray Payne out there, just 8 laps down.
Which is crazy for how long he was repairing.
Yeah, he definitely was saved by that previous caution, too. Otherwise, probably would have been a bit longer, as you see some heavy damage still on that right front side.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, out front, Anthony DeBarro takes over the lead. Just happened mere moments ago. Let's take a look at it. His attitude, Scott slides up. He catches the wall. DeBarro down to the inside. And he makes that one look easy.
Yeah, the way he slid from the top to the bottom, like it was no big deal. I would have been in at least 2 walls.
Both the outside and the inside simultaneously.
It would have been a wall you wouldn't have seen coming.
Meanwhile, I got ourselves a pretty good battle for second here. Shane Ewing wants it. Matt Schlosser has it. Some really fantastic cameras here from the folks at Track Cams 22. Track Cams Ford Gourmets. You can check out the link to the video, or the link below in the description, and get yourself a little promo code too.
Yeah, they are great cams.
Ewing takes over the second place over Schlosser. A little bit further back, here's Adam Stewart putting the pressure on Canizaro Sr. Stewart's fallen back a little bit, but he has the second oldest set of tires out on the track. Philip Scott has the oldest. Scott, the only driver who has yet to pit.
Wonder if he still has any damage. I can't recall if he actually took a couple dings or not.
I don't think so. But I very well could be wrong. So pretty good battle up front here. Now Robert Tripp putting the pressure on Tim Branson. Another battle. Look who's coming up through the field. That's a 55 of Canizaro Sr.
You never expect him to say that, right? Yeah, great so far.
I know John Jr. had a bit of an injury before the race. I wonder if he re-aggravated. That's why he's not actually starting the race.
As possible.
And much like the last time he injured himself before a race, likely a bowling injury. Or at least that is my assumption.
Calculated guesses, Bob. Calculated guesses.
That is me. Calm, cool, and calculated. Meanwhile, up front, there's a pass for the lead. That's Shane Ewing. He's going to get to the inside of DeBarro. DeBarro may have a bit of a run here, but Ewing standing strong. And Shane Ewing is going to lead that lap.
Yeah, I was going to say Ewing kind of catching him up a little bit, and then yeah, there he goes. Speaking of, there goes House.
Yeah, Ace House moving his way up. He's in third, battling for third with Schlosser. And if you're just joining us, here is our race recap. Only one true lead change under green. That would be for just a moment ago when Shane Ewing had passed Anthony DeBarro for the lead. 3 cautions for 9 laps. But after that third yellow, so far, so good. Yes, whoa, big slide from the 04. That'll let Dumas stay alongside. Maybe able to use that momentum on his side and try to slide up in front of the 04. He does. So we'll slide Jamar Dumas up to 4th. Schlosser, though, putting the pressure on. This is the tightest battle here on the racetrack right now.
I'm sure Shane and Anthony are in the front. You know, teammates. Like, don't get anything. Don't get crazy ideas. Let me ride this one out. You have enough wins.
Hey, bud, we're teammates here. Same team. So this is another close battle. Another closer battle here is Canizaro Sr. trying to track down Schlosser, who in turn is trying to track down Jamar Dumas.
I wonder what everybody's pit strategy is going to be now. Where was it a 1 stop or a 2 stop, and now is it a 1 or 2 stop now? Or we, I have no idea.
I feel like with the field coming down there on lap 17, if they were trying to do the 1 stop, they'd have to go to lap 67, 68, something along those lines. If they were going to try a 2-stop strategy, you'd probably think they would pit maybe 45, 70, give or take, or, 45, somewhere in that ball, 45, 80 maybe. I'm not entirely sure what the pit strategy is here.
Yeah.
But they've got a pretty dang good battle brewing right here. For an idea of where everyone's favorite driver is on track. Side by side, this battle is for 4th. Canizaro Sr. poking his nose in.
It's too close to cover for me.
Too close there for
this
Schlosser
evening thus
as well.
far.
Schlosser had to back out of it. Now he's going to go. He's going to slide up in front. Can Dumas cross him over? He does. Not able to get alongside him. Now Dumas trying the top spot. Always such a cool camera angle to see how low and how sideways these cars get through the corner.
It's insane when you really think about it.
Like just the way they're able to keep the car sideways enough to help the car turn, but not slide and drift through the corner is pretty dang impressive if you ask me. On board with John Cannizzaro Sr. right now. And he's doing everything he can to try to get around that 28. It's so fun to hear how calm the drivers are getting on the gas and through the corner. They're not stepping on the gas and slamming on it. They're just easing it in, easing it out. Great battle here as Cannizzaro trying to get the pressure on the 28 of Dumas. This is for 5th. Up front, DeBarro just hanging strong with Ewing.
I wonder if DeBarro is just trying to outlast Ewing and see if he's, burning up his tires too fast, or just trying to figure out when he kind of move up, or if he actually can't catch him.
Yeah, I think it might be a little bit of column A, a little bit of column B. Right now, Ewing is running that lower line, which is the quickest way around, and it's a little bit better on tires, whereas the 27 is running the top side through 1 and 2, bottom through 3 and 4. And it all just kind of depends on where the rubber is, where the buildup is, and, the fastest way around the track. So it's interesting to see the differing strategies there between those two teammates.
Yeah. I think a lot of people are taking the bottom side. I know DeBarro has said it over the races we've had here this season that he usually tries to find a groove that doesn't have like a ton of wear on it. So maybe he found some speed and traction on the top over there.
Yeah, and I mean, the draft obviously is important, but dirty air is also something that can affect these cars. So you want to run the lane that the guy in front of you isn't running, so you have as much clean, free air on the front of your car as you can, which I think is why he's also able to run 1 and 2 the way he does on the top side versus the bottom behind Ewing. Almost halfway through this one, Shane Ewing is our leader. He leads over Anthony DeBarro, Ace House, Matt Schlosser, and John Cannizzaro Sr. for now, as Jamar Dumas putting the pressure on the 55.
I'm not gonna try to jinx anything here, so I'm saying that ahead of time. If positions hold, I think this would be the first time we chat with A's House.
That very well could be. I think we may have chatted with him potentially once, maybe a season or two ago. But I think you might be right.
I don't recall. What I am not expecting this race is to see Scott all the way back there, who now jumps into the pits.
Oh, so Philip Scott trying the one-stop strategy. Remember, he's the only driver who did not pit alongside Adam Stewart in on that last caution back on lap 17.
Yeah, so he kind of tried to stick with his original plan, I guess.
Yes, Tim Branson does the same. He does have a meatball flag, which that may have been. I'm not sure if I see any damage in particular. But we'll have to take a look here to see why he got the meatball.
I mean, he's in there for a minute.
Oh, well, I think we found why. So here is Branson heading on to pit road.
Oh, did he come in way hot?
Down on the apron right there. He's slowing down. Having himself a good run, and oh, too much rear brake.
Ooh.
And
that's right into the driver wheel.
Nails the left front tire.
I wonder if he's a little crooked now.
Let's take a look here. Let's get the driver's eye camera set up. Obviously, we're not going to see much through the corner. But the real question is going to be when he gets on the back stretch. Yeah, he may have some steering damage as Anthony DeBarro goes around him.
That didn't look particularly straight.
As Adam Stewart ducks down onto pit road, and yeah, he's got a little bit of steering damage, it looks like.
Yeah, I mean, it could be worse. Definitely going to affect
very
him,
much so.
Yeah.
As Adam Stewart makes his way onto pit road. Another good battle here. Schlosser putting more pressure. Or pardon me, that's Tim Branson. Never mind. Excuse me. Schlosser and Ace House now battling.
But as we were paying attention to the pits, looks like DeBarro has swung into first, and Ewing may have burned out his tires.
Yeah, now a 0.8 of a second lead over Ewing. Certainly one of those where I think DeBarro is just waiting for that opportunity.
Just the question is how long the Dizzy guys are planning to stay out there.
Yeah, I mean, if Philip was able to go 50 on the tank, we're probably going to see these guys start coming down in about 10 laps or so.
I'm trying to think, did Philip come down the first go-round at like lap 4?
No, he did. That was his first time on pit road back on lap 50.
Oh, so he stayed out the whole time.
He stayed out the whole time. But Scott is the first car one lap down. As now Jeremy Canute makes his way onto pit road. Philip Scott gets around him, or will be getting around him. And there's just so much speed being shown by these dizzy guys right now. And I feel like the way Kansas races really fits into the wheelhouse of Shane Ewing. I know Auto Club Speedway, or California, is one of Shane's favorite tracks and one of his best tracks. And this does have very similar characteristics to Auto Club in the fact that, you know, you can kind of drive anywhere. There's a lot of room. It's a very heavily momentum-based racetrack. And I really do think that fits into Shane's driving style and driving skill set. So it's definitely no surprise that we're seeing Shane up front leading laps, currently running P2, etc., etc. So there goes Canizaro Sr. to head down pit road. Ray Payne's still out there. Looks like he's gotten a little bit more damage fixed, but here comes Shane Ewing ducking onto pit road on lap 60. This should be the money stop for them.
Or at least him. God knows when DeBarro's going to go down.
Yeah. Also, if you are in the New Jersey, Pennsylvania, Delaware, New York area, this weekend you could join Joe and I at the Philadelphia Hot Sauce Festival at Neshaminy Creek Brewing, and just outside of Philly in Neshaminy, PA. Something along the lines of 25 different sauce makers. Going to be judging in 3 categories: the best hot sauce on seafood, best hot sauce on a cheesesteak because Philly, and the best overall hot sauce.
Gonna be real hard. They're all really good hot sauces.
They are absolutely incredible. And yeah, I do not envy the judges because that is so hard for them to do.
Yeah. Both the judging and eating all the hot sauce.
Yeah, a little column A, a little column B. I mean,
I've been there. I know what it's about.
Some great hot sauce makers that are going to be there. Obviously, White House Station Sauce Company, Johnny Tornado, Goodland's Food Co., Revolutionary Hot Sauce, Hot Graham Sauce, Mastodon Sauce is going to be there again. One Love Jerk Hut is going to be there. They have some of the best stickers.
Absolutely.
Doctor's Creek, another great sauce maker. So a ton of different sauces. And for those sauce maker or those judges, so far they're going to have to try 12 sauces in the first category, 13 in the next, and then 18 in the best in show. So a ton of different hot sauces for them to try out.
Godspeed.
And I'm capping everything at like 15 for the first 2 categories and then 25 for the last. Because I don't want to murder our judges, just make their taste buds pain.
Boo.
But Joe, as of right now, 2 drivers currently on the lead lap: Anthony DeBarro and Matt Schlosser.
Not who I would expect.
No, and you would have to think both of these drivers last pit on lap 17. Philip Scott made it to lap 50. Here comes Anthony DeBarro to prove me right by saying they're going to have to pit within the next lap or so. And here comes Matt Schlosser to cover.
Yeah.
Whoa, coming in hot.
You did say cover.
You did. And then that is going to lead us to this guy, the 99 of Philip Scott. If he's able to hustle his way back around, he's going to inherit the lead after that. So Scott does not need to pit anymore. Schlosser, no one needs to pit anymore.
Hustle indeed, though.
So this could get interesting here, as Philip Scott will leave pit road, or past pit road, the leader. There's Shane
But with
Ewing
how
just
much
behind
time?
him.
Not a lot.
No, right now, I mean, Scott's still driving away, but time, 8.3 seconds, not 8.9, 9 seconds now. He's got 33 laps to make up that gap at 8.7 seconds.
Yeah, but yeah, with the what is it? Almost 20 lap fresher tires.
Yeah, that could certainly
You
be
can see how
interesting.
fast.
Plus, let's say
He's
plus
already
there's
down to
this
8
fight
seconds.
here, as this is a 10 lap tire difference between Ewing and Scott.
Yeah.
As you see right there, Shane Ewing almost a second a lap faster each lap.
Yeah. I mean, look at where DeBarro's at. He's already down to 7 seconds.
So obviously with pit stops, that's going to be a different story there. You see with the laps. This is going to be what the answer is. And oh man, he's flying. Look at that. Passing at will. DeBarro that time by 1.3 seconds faster than Philip Scott. 6.5 is the gap.
Yeah, at this point, by the lap 77, he's going to catch him. That being said, Ewing is also driving away, so.
So that is certainly going to be a interesting interesting moment here. So there are the differences in lap times, as DeBarro 0.7 of a second faster than Shane Ewing. That time through, with DeBarro crossing the line, 0.8 of a second faster than Ewing. And he's we'll call it 4 seconds behind Shane.
So, what, 5 laps, 6 laps?
Yeah, let's call it 5-6 laps. Let's see what the lap time difference was this time. Oh, almost a second, 0.9 that time. So 5 laps, I think, might be good. As he's now caught Philip Scott.
Let's see if Scott can play some defense or if he's just going to fly by.
Yeah, I don't think there's much stopping. Certainly not a whole lot stopping that 27 machine. As even getting around Philip Scott another 0.9 faster than Ewing was DeBarro.
He looks like me on the highway.
Just flying through.
What I'm interested is to see if House is going to be able to catch Scott.
Yeah, let's take a look here at that those lap times. See that red? That means yes. As we say that, the 47 brushes the wall coming at it too. But look at that, the last 5 laps, 0.6 faster, 0.6 faster, 5, 4, 7. Let's see what it is here. He does have Schlosser on his tail. But that time only 1/10 faster.
No, like he did brush the wall.
Yeah, that is fair. Now he's got to
that shows
contend
you
with
what.
the 04.
Guess that shows you what the wall tap does.
Yeah. Last time by, Ace House ran a 32.19. Versus Matt Schlosser's 31.57. Schlosser running faster than Shane Ewing and 0.02 of a second faster than Anthony DeBarro. So you see there, each lap, very close. That time, DeBarro was just a hair faster. Anytime you see green, that means that the compared driver is faster. Anytime you see red, it's the car we're looking at that is faster. So Schlosser, he catches up on the 99. He's going to get around Phillip for third. And wow, look at that. Him and DeBarro, very, very similar lap times. As, oh wow, looks like the 27 might have caught the wall. I was just looking a moment ago, he was about 0.2 of a second behind Ewing. And now all of a sudden he drops back to now 1.2.
Not often you see DeBarro tap the wall.
Yeah, and look at the lap times there. 0.5 faster, 0.5, 0.4, and now a second slower was DeBarro over Ewing that last lap. Still trending slowly backwards, too. Is that time Ewing, I mean, granted, was 0.2 faster than Ewing. Or Ewing was 0.2 faster than DeBarro. Now Ace House trying to put a little bit of pressure on Phillip Scott. As now we come to 18 laps remaining here at Kansas. Still anyone's race.
So important to note, Schlosser and DeBarro did pit at the same time, which does kind of coincide with how fast they are moving.
Yes, that is important to note out. So looking at the pit lap times, you see it right there. Shane Ewing pitted on lap 60. DeBarro and Schlosser 66. Phillip on lap 50. House and Dumas on 61. Cannizzaro 58. So on and so forth. And now DeBarro hanging out right around that 1.5 second mark behind Ewing. You can just barely see DeBarro in the background there. That time through, DeBarro slightly faster. But those tires have really started to plateau. And lap times are staying just about the same. As Ewing gets around the lapped car of Tim Branson, that'll put him 4 laps in the rear. Oh, and some technical issues for Jeremy Canute. His PC just randomly shut down. So that's why I was just looking at the scoring pylon saying that he was in 11th but out of the race. I guess you can kind of equate that to the engine just grenading randomly in real life.
Gotta check your oil.
Yeah. Look at the pressures, get the temps. That reminds me, I need an oil change in my car.
I thought you were going to say your computer.
I mean, you know. Although it is probably due for a good air blowing out.
No, mine's full of sheetrock. I just let it sing.
Play me the song of your people.
Yeah. My white case is a little bit whiter, and the black parts are now conveniently also white. It's fine. I actually wanted it all this color anyway. It's actually what I wanted. It's fine.
Brings it back to the Stormtrooper case. You're good. AKA my first gaming PC.
We love to see it.
So there goes Matt Schlosser. He's slowly trying to pick up on Anthony DeBarro.
I think he has been catching up, but I don't know if he's going to be able in 11 laps to do it.
Yeah, I mean, right now he was another almost 0.2 faster. He needs 6, let's call it 7 laps to make up the 1.4 second gap between he and DeBarro. So in theory, technically, yes, he can do it. Yeah, now it's down to 1.2. And that time almost equal lap times. If you're just joining us, Shane Ewing is our leader, coming to 10 to go. 4 lead changes, 3 cautions for 9 laps. And this has been a very fun race, just trying to see who's going to catch who. All 3 of these drivers, very, very equal. Let's take a look here. Last time by, DeBarro was fastest by about 1/10. That time, Schlosser was the fastest. So all 3 of these drivers really putting in some good work here. Schlosser again the fastest. Joe, with 7 laps to go, do you think Schlosser is going to be able to catch DeBarro and maybe make a run?
I don't know if he'll be able to make a run, but it's definitely I think it's going to be very interesting to see who ends up in second. I think it's going to be very, very close. And I think at this point, unless Ewing's tires fall off in the next 6 laps, I think he's going to be okay.
Yeah, I think he should be able to hang on unless, barring a weird caution or something along those lines. Because you can see there, Schlosser has been fast these last few laps. But DeBarro definitely knows how to block, and with 5 laps to go, it's anyone's game. Right there, Schlosser, again, the fastest of the trio on the podium. That gap between DeBarro and Schlosser has shrunk to 4/10. Now 4 to go. That gap has stayed the same. That time DeBarro faster. And this is exactly what Ewing wants to see. He wants to see the 04 catch and slow down the 27. They may be teammates, but not with 4 laps to go. You don't have any friends. I think now the 04 is catching that dirty air from the 27. He is still faster. But with 3 to go, is Schlosser going to be able to catch and then pass the 27? So 2 to go now. Now I think DeBarro has a choice in front of him. Continue pushing ahead to try to catch Ewing in the lap that he has left, or just go all out and say the 04 will not pass me. Through 1 and 2. Down the back straightaway, nothing quite going there. Shane Ewing coming out of turn number 4. He sees the checkered flag in the air. Shane Ewing is going to win at Kansas. DeBarro holds off Schlosser. Philip Scott comes home in 4th. Ace House is going to round out the top 5. As Dumas comes home in 6th. There goes Tim Branson coming home in 10th. Canizaro Sr. in 7th. Adam Stewart 8th. Ray Payne 11th. And Robert Tripp comes home in 9th. Wow, what a finish.
Yeah, couldn't get much closer than that.
So Shane Ewing is going to get the win over Anthony DeBarro and Matt Schlosser. And we get to see that beautiful Shane Sunscreen number 32 car. Right there in victory lane. Was hoping he'd be doing donuts across the start finish line. Got a great camera set up for it and everything.
Nah.
So just like that, Shane Ewing is going to jump out of the car, head down to victory lane, and we'll try to catch up with our podium finishers. And just like that, Joe, I believe, has caught up with our third place finisher, driver of the 04, Matt Schlosser.
Hey, Matt, congratulations on the podium finish. Are you happy with third? Did you feel like a win was on the table there at some point tonight?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm pleased with third, but I kind of wonder if things could have played out a little differently. I made an early pit stop, hoping that it would go green from there, hoping that it would allow me to kind of like uh, run slightly long or shorter stints for the two stints and the pit stop. But we got a couple more yellows and. I ended up on a tire disadvantage, so I kind of like rolled the dice and it didn't come up how I wanted. But then I felt like I wasn't driving uh, the best line, the best kind of like laps there in the middle of the race and lost a lot of time. And I kind of figured things out towards the end. I was catching Shane and Anthony, but I ran out of time. I'm not sure. Even if I had another 20 laps, I think it would have been tough to pass them. But yeah, it was encouraging to feel like maybe could have challenged for the win if things had gone a little differently. Maybe if I made some different choices. I felt like the speed was there. I just took me a little while to unlock it. But yeah, I'm satisfied. I obviously want to finish a little higher or win, but I'll definitely take the third place.
Yeah, absolutely. We were following obviously the last few laps there. You were catching on to Barrow relatively rapidly, and then I guess he started to put the pressure on to keep you back in third. Do you feel like you kind of could have catch him there? I mean, you got close.
Yeah, I think when I got in his dirty air, it definitely slowed me a little bit. I tried moving around using the top. Um, you know, I was hoping he would catch Shane and they would start racing, and that would kind of bring me right up into it. But Shane obviously did a great job and kept everyone at bay. But yeah, I'd honestly I'd love to do it over because I feel like I left a little bit of on the table, but I could be wrong. I mean, maybe I would do worse doing it differently, but it was a lot of fun. The cars were really fun to drive. I'm not sure if I think they updated these things, and I'm not sure if maybe that kind of tweaks the way they feel a little bit, but they felt really good. And kind of reminded me a little bit of like a truck with a little less downforce almost. So and I like the truck a lot. So yeah, a lot of fun, really great racing. Good stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. And with this race, with a podium finish here, kind of what are you taking from this experience into like the next race?
Yeah, I mean, it definitely is a confidence booster because I feel like I was a little bit off pace from I would say Anthony and Philip and Adam Boisler all had a step on me. I felt like I just was a little off their pace, but today I felt like I was pretty close to the same pace as these guys. So if not, maybe a tick faster at times. But yeah, it's definitely a confidence booster to go into the. What's the next track, by the way? I'm not even sure.
Bob, you got that?
Bristol.
Oh, okay. Well, Bristol's a little different, but still a fun, a good track to bring confidence to. Bristol will be a lot of fun. I'm not sure I've raced Xfinity there in a long time, so it'll be or O'Reilly or Bush or Nationwide or uh, whatever it is. But I haven't done that in a while at Bristol, so it'll be fun. I think.
Absolutely. And I'm sure you got some shout outs for us.
Yeah, thank you to Bob and to everyone who hosts the league and organizes it, and for you guys for broadcasting. And shout out to the guys on track today. A lot of fun racing, and yeah, that's pretty much it.
Awesome. Well, congrats again. And hopefully we'll be chatting with you next week.
All right, thank you.
All right, that's Matt Schlosser, our third place finisher here tonight. And I'm now joined by our second place finisher, driver of the number 27 machine, Anthony DeBarro. And well, Anthony, second place finish. A little strange talking to you on the second step of the podium. Talk us through your night. You know, you guys wound up kind of pitting a little early with the slew of cautions in the beginning and just kind of ran your race.
Yeah, it was. Shane had a really good car. I thought if I didn't hit, I don't know if you guys caught me slamming the wall down, but that ultimately did me in there. But I don't think if I didn't make that mistake, I think I was going to get him, but who knows? I mean, so this just proves I can make mistakes. So just so everyone knows.
You know, we were sitting there and I was watching the scoring tower and we saw, okay, 6/10, 5/10, 2/10, and then it jumps up to about a second. And I was wondering what had happened. And I guess that was exactly what happened there.
Yeah, it was a freak thing. Like I Shane took a wider arc into one, and I don't know if it was the air or something. I just was trying to run the boards there and get around them, and it just got really like unsettled, and I hit the wall. But that wasn't the problem. Is like I heard the tire I don't know if it was a glitch with the game or something. It like locked up, and I heard like the sliding tire noise, and I was stuck in the wall. And then I don't know if like I was looking at my tires after the race, the right front was like blistered. So I don't know if it was like a freak thing that happened because I got locked in the wall. But ultimately after that, I was just hanging on and just I was trying, but I just had no turn after that. After I got into the wall, it really didn't look like I had too much damage. So I don't know. I mean, I think I'm done making excuses now. I just made a mistake.
Well, the car definitely looked like it was okay, so we were a little confused with that. Shifting gears now to next week, going to be racing at Bristol. What are your thoughts there? Another short track, but this time, you know, more high banked and maybe slightly bit more room out there.
Love it. I mean, it's like one of my favorite tracks. So I mean, hopefully, I like it when we can run the bottom. So hopefully, like, we're like old Bristol running the bottom the whole time. But I mean, it'd be cool to have multiple lanes. So we'll see. I mean, I think it's going to be a battle of staying clean. You know, probably get some early cautions and crashes. But you know, it's Bristol, so you never know what's going to happen.
For sure. And before we let you go, I'm sure you have some shout outs, so let's hear them.
Yeah, thank you, Bob and Garrett. I think Philip filled in tonight for admin, so props to him for being a championship battle and stepping in too for the league. And you know, everyone we raced with, we're still getting good car counts, great racing, and I thought it was for my seat, it looked like a really good race. So hopefully we put a good show on for you guys.
It was definitely a lot of fun. Well, Anthony, congrats on the second place finish, and I'm sure we'll talk to you after Bristol.
Yeah, thank you, and congratulations to Shane. That was well deserved. He had a really good car.
That is for sure. That's Anthony DeBarro, our second place finisher here tonight at Kansas. And I believe, Joe, you've made it your way down to victory lane, and you're going to be chatting with our winner tonight, Shane Ewing.
Hey, Shane, you just won at Kansas City or Kansas Speedway. What's going through your mind right now?
Did somebody turn the Wayback Clock like 10 years? Because it's been a long time since I've been at Victory Lane at a non-plate track, man.
What was going through your mind early on? You were back and forth with DeBarro. He ended up passing you. We didn't see you for a little bit, and then all of a sudden you were back up in the front. Walk us through kind of what was going on.
Well, car felt pretty good. Struggled a little bit in practice, but figured out something there right before the end, and was content to just follow Anthony. The line that I was the only line I really worked in was the low line. I never did really get the high line to work like I wanted, so I never even really tried it. So I was comfortable just following him and concentrating on not spinning any tire coming off the corner to overheat the right rear. And Anthony was trying a couple of different things, and that's how I got by him. Is he tried the high line and it didn't work, and I got by him, and then I made a mistake and brushed the wall with the lap car, and he got back by me. The cars were so aero tight. Even if you came up on a car that was a lap down, you were much faster. Then it was still very difficult to get by. So clean air was the key, and then just working strategy to try and pit in a situation where I knew I had enough fuel to get to the end, but that hopefully I'd have some clean air. And DeBarro was coming like a freight train. I wouldn't have been able to hold him off very long. If he doesn't get in the wall there, I would pretty much resided to hopefully holding off Matt for second. But that was no given either. So feel very fortunate that the stars lined up and this old effer was was able to win one of these damn things.
Absolutely. You said that you weren't sure if you were going to hold off. I know you had older tires than both DeBarro and Schlosser. Was that kind of the pit strategy? I know usually you Dizzy guys like to pit together, but you pitted at separate times.
Yeah, for me, the clean air was much more important. Um, and Anthony and I talked about it, and we decided to do do a little strategy. One do one, and one do the other. When I told him that I was coming in, um, when I did, he said, "All right, I'm going to do the other strategy." So he may have taken one for the team there a little bit, but he was still going to pass me had he didn't get in the wall. I don't know if he bet a toe link or what happened, but he struggled a little bit after that.
Yeah, I'm not sure. He was saying it could have been a lot of things, but also he could have just messed up. I'm sure you got some shout outs for us.
Oh yeah, I want to thank first of all I want to thank all my Dizzy teammates, the ones that aren't here. Of course Anthony. Anthony helps me a lot every week. Maybe I just clean the stuff out of my ears and listen to him a little bit better this week. So I want to thank him. I want to thank Steve and Dave. They came on board this year. Dave didn't make it tonight. He's got a mop in his hand in a basement somewhere in New England. So think about him, and also think about John Canizaro. And I know his hand was bothering him, and I don't know if that's why he didn't make the race. He was in practice. So we certainly want him out on the track every week. So thinking about him and thank you to all you guys at Tabletop Trio. You and Bob do a hell of a job. Garrett and all the admins here at TNR. We love running here, man, and we especially love running here when we can win.
Absolutely. Well, congratulations again, and hopefully we'll be chatting with you next week.
Yeah, could somebody come to Crofton, Maryland, and help this old guy out of his chair, man? I'm whipped.
Well, that is Shane Ewing, our winner here tonight at Kansas. And well, Joe, that was a phenomenal race. A lot of fun. We saw, plenty of fights up at the front of the field, a lot of great mid-pack battles. And man, that was a good time.
Yeah, absolutely. Not to mention the fair share of crashes.
Yes. Take a look here at the final standings for tonight's Toto 150. Shane Ewing gets the win over teammate Anthony DeBarro and Matt Schlosser in third. Philip Scott comes home in fourth with Ace House in fifth. Jamar Dumas in sixth. John Canizaro Sr. comes home in seventh with a great run tonight. Adam Stewart also another great run in eighth with Robert Tripp in ninth and Tim Branson in 10th. Ray Payne got involved in a wreck early in the race. He's going to finish in 11th. Jeremy Knut with some tech issues finishes in 12th. Steve Bavacqua, Jacob Bettis, Samuel Andrews, Jason Shu, DJ McAteer, all involved in a incident at the beginning of the race, and John Canizaro Jr. and Johnny Williams did not start. Well, that will just about do it from us. You could join us next Monday evening, 8:15, right here on the Tabletop Trio Podcast Network. Going to be racing at Bristol. The last great Coliseum will sure make for some incredible racing. So make sure you check that one out right here on the Tabletop Trio Podcast Network. So for one final time, I'm Bob.
I'm Joe.
And this has been the Toto 150 from Kansas with the Total Nonstop Racing League. Have a great night. We'll see you next Monday night.